Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So in today's video, I'm gonna go over, is it still worth it to drive for Deliveroo, JustEat, and UberEats in 2021? Okay, so the reason for this video is to bring insight to those of you guys who are interested in either joining, you guys who are on the waiting list, or you guys who have just started, because definitely there has been some changes to Deliveroo, JustEat, Uber entering into 2021. First of all, we are in our third national lockdown, and we are on the most severe lockdown that we can possibly be handed. Since the beginning of January, it has been very slow. And some parts of the reasons why it has been slow is because it's plainly overpopulated. There are too many drivers. There's loads of drivers coming over from taxi. There are loads of new people coming on because they are at home on furlough, and they decided to join delivery apps so that they could get their furlough money and to make a little bit of extra money, so that they don't have to just sit in the house. And then you have also just people who are just joining on because of the hype of the amount of money that some delivery drivers make. One has to ask themselves, why are they deciding to become self-employed in the first place? Because you may be just joining to do career app to make a little bit of extra money here and there, then that's totally fine. But if you are joining because you think that you're gonna make £120 a day, £130 a day, £140 a day, then now is definitely not the time to join, because we are definitely seeing a downfall in the ability to make that money now. Also, I wanted to talk about and to clarify that there is a difference between being self-employed and wanting to be self-employed because of the perks that you have of being self-employed. Such as, for example, being your own boss, able to work as much as you want, being able to maximize your earnings, being pretty much in charge of yourself, and not being tied down to clocking in, working under a manager, not being able to scale the most money that you can make possibly in a day, and the rest of the disadvantages of being employed versus being self-employed. Being self-employed will never not be a good time to be self-employed. It's always good to be self-employed. That is my pitch. That's what my understanding. So this is not a video to discourage people from wanting to be self-employed, but this is a video to bring insight that people understand that just it's not as hot as it was. October, November, December. It's not as hot as it was just to join in and to become a delivery driver. Like I said, there are a lot of factors that are playing in to the less production that is being involved in on the delivery apps. Like I said, that there are loads of taxi cab drivers that are coming over. There are people who are on furlough and they are joining on. There are a lot of newcomers, and it's definitely overpopulated at the moment. Another struggle that we are facing in 2021 with delivery driving is that the COVID-19 pandemic. You would think that you would have been hit harder in the beginning, but this last part of the lockdown leading into the vaccination process, it has been very hard. Like, on top of the population or the popularity of so many drivers coming on, some restaurants are closed due to the COVID-19. This is playing a part. Some restaurants that aren't closed, they may have staff members that are at home not able to come in and work because of the minimum amount of workers that they can have in. So you may go into a shop and there's not as many workers, so it's a longer wait. You also may have to deal with the fact that, like I said, some shops are closed, some shops don't have enough workers, and then some shops are not letting you go in. Their doors are locked. Not that they're not letting you go in. Yeah, some places don't let you go in, but then on top of them not letting you go into the shop so that you can get it fast, get your number, and do it as fast as you normally do, Some places the doors are locked and an employee has to come and open the door to let you come in and wait. It is just, it is definitely hard at the moment, 2021, as a delivery driver. Like I said, I'm putting more hands on my hands, but yeah, it's definitely not as it was back in 2018, 2019, where you hear stories of people making £230 a day, people making £200 easily a day, or $1,500 a month. This is not the case with Deliveroo, JustEat, and Uber right now in 2021. So if you're thinking about joining, maybe my advice would be to hold off and wait until maybe a spring leading into summer, or when the school breaks for the spring happen, or and the likes of that. Lastly, the question that many people may ask is, have I missed my chance to jump in and join and become a delivery driver and maximize my earnings? And my answer would be no. You haven't totally missed your opportunity to join in and become a delivery driver, but there may be a waiting list on Deliveroo. It may be a waiting list on JustEat or even Uber to get started now. But I would not totally say that it's totally off, that you're too late to join in. But I definitely would say that you have to weigh and say, is it really worth it for me to join in and start doing the deliveries now in 2021 that I've never done it before? Do you know your delivery area? Do you know where the restaurants are? Do you know your area? Because it could take time for you to learn. Of course, you can use a GPS, but you won't be as efficient and be able to complete deliveries as fast if you don't know the delivery area that you're in. There's loads and loads and loads of elements that play a part in succeeding and being a successful delivery driver and a successful self-employed person who makes a good amount of money to keep their head over water. So what I'm saying is that entering into 2021 with the pandemic, the overpopulation of people on the delivery apps, and the scarcity of people not having money. A lot of people don't have money. So my advice would be, it's not really worth it to start now. But if you're going to start in April, May, June, July, leading into August, September, then that is a great time to start. Because by that time, the third lockdown will be over. I think they're going to have a lot more vaccines rolled out for the people who want to get it. I'm not getting one if I don't have to. So there's going to be more people going back to their normal jobs, taxi cab drivers, the people who are joining for furlough, so that it will minimize the amount of drivers that are on. So around April, May, it should go back down, and it should get more busier, because those people who are joining now just because they're bored at home, they don't want to be in the house, they're in lockdown and stuff, they're going to go back to taxi cab drivers. They will go back, and then obviously the government probably going to put money into the society for those people who are on furlough, those people who have small businesses whose businesses have dropped, and like so they're probably going to pump money in. Then obviously you're going to have the school break, and then slowly with the vaccines and the likes of these things, maybe things start slowly getting back to normal. But all of the things that we are dealing with now, entering 2021, my sincere advice is that it is probably not the best to start doing deliveries now. And how has my pay been affected since after the beginning of this year up until now? I would say that there's plenty of elements that can play into the reason why that over the last 2 to 3 weeks, about 2 weeks maybe, that I have not made as much money as I did before. Obviously before, you have the people are celebrating New Year's, people are celebrating Christmas and Christmas Eve and leading up to that, and there wasn't a lockdown then and the likes of that. So obviously then you were making more money. It was still not the same as it was in the summer, but it was better. But then now you're faced with all these components and elements that are happening now, and then people use their money already on New Year's, Christmas, and the likes of this, and people are out of work. So there's not much money circling around. 1, 2, the popularity of the people on the app, and 3, the pandemic. It is not the wisest idea to join and be a delivery driver right now. And I would hold it off for about 3 months and then join in when people start going back to work. Money is pumped in. Maybe there's a vaccine passed around for those who want it. And yeah, that's pretty much my advice, guys, is that it's not worth it to join in now in the beginning of 2021. If you are already in, hold tight, continue to strive. Remember that you're self-employed, and just keep working hard. But for those who want to come in, it's not the best time to come in. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. If you have any input, put it in the comment sections. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video and share it. And yes, this is Darren, the delivery driver, giving you information about, is it still worth it to join deliveries in 2021?